On the spot news media, we got the latest news. We don't care about the views, we just representing right. Put local news internationally every night. On the spot, wave that Jamaican flag from left to right. Let's get it right, y'all know the type. We ain't dealing with the hype, we make it take flight.
Yeah, man, my viewers and subscribers, what go on. A blessed and wonderful Thursday morning to each and every person out there tuning in to On The Spot News Media. Now, my peeps, I don't know how we do it over on this side each and every morning. We have to give thanks and praise to the Most High Creator for the preservation of life, because life is indeed the greatest. So this is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Many are not here this morning. Many gone a shut-eye country land, never to return to the land of the living, courtesy of the old dirty corner boy them. So the ones them will wake up this morning and is still among the land of the living, above ground, no dirt settings. Give thanks and praise to the Most High Creator for open my eyes this morning. Because we are all living in this world right now, wherever in the world that you're living, but especially on our little island of Jamaica. We see where the knockings and clappings are going rampant right across the length and breadth from Moran Point to Negril Point. Every day, knockings and clappings. Every day, bodies are dropped left, right, and center. When I know one thing is the other. Yeah, man. So we are going to kick it off this morning over there in the parish of St. James. Most definitely, Montego Bay will definitely not be left out of the news. No day, no time, no how. So the first man that we are going to talk about is this brother here presently on your screen. He's known as Shawn. Now, information surrounding film knockings and clappings is still kind of sketchy, but to get to understand that he was at his home in the Cornwall Courts section of St. James when he was pounced upon by armed criminals and they opened fire, hitting him all over his upper body and head, leaving him lifeless. All of this took place in front of his close family members and girlfriend. So at this time, On The Spot News Media is a little unclear as to why that brutal knockings and clappings of Shawn would have taken place. But as always, we will definitely be doing our investigations and update you, the regular members of Chan Public and members of the diaspora, in subsequent newscast. Now, still in St. James, the troubled, crime-riddled, war-torn community of Norwood. Even though there is so many security checkpoints and that community is still under the zones of special operation, the knockings and clappings continue. Where two men was approached in the volatile Paradise Norwood community and greeted with a hail of bullets, where one of the men has so far been confirmed no longer among the land of the living, and the other man nursing some serious gunshot wounds in the hospital. The knockings and clappings continues. Now over there in the community of Flankers, Mobay, this brother here presently on your screen has since been identified as Pinchaz in the streets. He was also taken out in a hail of bullets by criminal elements along the Pele Drive section of Flankers Mobay. So Montego Bay definitely continues to rise the statistics each and every day. The young men in Montego Bay are now considered to be endangered species. Yeah, man. No jokes, my peeps, because when you look on the parish of St. James, the murder stats in St. James is more than that of some Caribbean countries. The entire country murder stats for the year, Montego Bay has surpassed that. The parish of St. James has surpassed that. And if that is not worrying, I don't know what else is. We have become so normalized to murders where it is no longer a thing. It not shake nobody anymore. Oh well, one more gone and I just saw it go until it comes knocking on your door. And that is when we take it serious, well at least some of us, because after 9 days, for some of us, we sweep that under the carpet and gump on social media to get a high off the next one. But the police in Montego Bay, the soldiers in Montego Bay, continue their relentless efforts to seize weapons and take them off our nation's streets. Now on your screen is a Glock 43 Gen 4 pistol with a magazine containing 8 live 9mm rounds that was seized on Tuesday in the community of Rose Heights. A next decent spot of work again by the squad of them over there in St. James as they seized this Smith & Wesson 40 caliber pistol with a magazine containing 1.40 cartridge during an operation over there in the Mount Salem area of the parish of St. James. That went on Wednesday, March 8. 2 men were arrested in connection with this seizure. So another decent spot of work again by the squad of them. Yeah, man. Now, yesterday was celebrated as International Women's Day, but today the police over there in the parish of St. Ann is probing a suspected case of kidnapping after a woman was forcibly taken from her home on Tuesday night. Police said that the woman, who is from Ocho Rios, was kept for more than 12 hours, mercilessly beaten and thrown in a garbage bin where she was left to die. It is reported that sometime about 10 p.m., the 28-year-old woman was at home when a man entered and used a cloth bag to cover her face from behind. She reportedly did not get a chance to look at her attacker, who took her in a waiting motor vehicle. The police said that the man took her to an abandoned house in the Brownstone area of the parish, where he beat her non-stop, causing swelling to the left side of her face and cuts all over her body. The police report continued to say that whilst the man was beating her, he repeatedly asked her the whereabouts of her boyfriend. It is said that she was left in an abandoned house until about 12:30 p.m. Wednesday, when the man took her out and threw her in a garbage bin outside. She was assisted to the Brownstone police station by a passerby. Now, investigations by the Brownstone police later discovered that the woman's boyfriend is presently in the custody of the police after being charged with a recent theft of some items. Now, when I see how the thing boiled down, because our man got thief people things, you know. And that's why this brother here come and hunt him and almost beat her, kill her. Yeah, man. Because the police report clearly states that whilst blows were being thrown at the woman, the perpetrator repeatedly asked her the whereabouts of the boyfriend. So obviously he did not know that the police have already caught him, and he came in search of the boyfriend. Boy, me, I tell him, my peeps, the thing rough out a John shop there. So females, do a decent enough assessment of a male before you get seriously involved with them, because some of them all dirty kind of boy is going to be the very reason why some of you females lose on the 3 pints. Yeah, man. Now, over there in the neighboring parish of St. Mary, Officer Yeman Pick and team is at it again. Yeah, man, may I tell you, as 2 men were fatally taken out by the police in Anatomy, St. Mary, early Tuesday morning. 2 criminal elements too from over St. Catherine and in a Kingston 13. So the deceased man has since been identified as Owen Minot. He's of a Waterford St. Catherine address. And the next man is Danai Richards from a Kingston 13 address. 2 other men also escaped the brutal onslaught of Officer Yeman Pick and team. Now, it is reported by the police that sometime about 2:50 a.m., members of the St. Mary police operation, supported by Officer Yeman Pick and team, intercepted a white Toyota Probox with 4 men aboard on Lodge Lane. On the approach of the police, the men alighted from the vehicle and allegedly fired at the team. But little did they know that Officer Yeman Pick and team was trained at the prestigious agriculture school over there in Portland, where they were trained for plant can in a dirty boy tomok. So of course, in a bid to save their life and that of their colleagues, they returned fire in the direction of these criminal elements. When the knockings and clappings subsided, Minot and Richards was seen with a portion of wounds all over their bodies. They were, however, taken to the hospital where they were pronounced you know what upon arrival. One firearm was also recovered from that knockings and clappings. The police suspect that the men were involved in robberies all over the parish of St. Mary. So them left from we a town and come a country to come commit them robbery. Of course, they were assisted by men from the area. Yeah man, me I tell you. So watch this now, my peeps. Now over there in the troubled, war-torn, crime-riddled Kingston Western Police Division up at Golden Heights, there so again, boy, me I tell you from what they are in the Denham Town section of the Kingston Western Police Division are gone bad. Now it is reported that a man get some serious kind of wounds on Tuesday night. So investigations have listed a man known as Shem as a person of interest into that knockings and clappings attack on that man in the Denham Town community. It is reported that sometime about 2:15, the now injured man was standing in front of Building B in Golden Heights, Denham Town, talking with friends when a man approached him. The man was identified by the police as Shem. Now the police said that the man walked up to the complainant, pulled a firearm from his waistband and just start fire some can in the complainant's lower body. The gunman then fled on foot in the area. The injured man was assisted by the police to the hospital where he is now admitted in serious but stable condition. So right now, the police them need the old dirty kind of boy we known as Shem. Yeah man. So right now, the Kingston Western Police has listed him as wanted. Now the man in question, Shem, his birth name is Rashim Brown, otherwise known as Shem. He's of a Regent Street address in Denham Town, Kingston 14. He's wanted for that spate of knockings and clappings. And also another man is also wanted, known as Shawn Lawrence. He's of a Victoria Street address in the community of Arnett Gardens, Kingston 13. He's also wanted for knockings and clappings that resulted in the loss of life of a man. Now Lawrence, Shawn Lawrence and Rashim Brown, otherwise known as Shem, is urged to report to the Denham Town Police CIB today, no later than today, or else Officer Yeman Pick and team will definitely be coming for you. And you don't know how that I go work out for you if you decide to put up a resistance. Me no feel say it I go work out good for you. So go turn in yourself to the Denham Town Police before Officer Yeman Pick and team come searching for you. Additionally, anyone knowing the whereabouts of these men are to call the Denham Town CIB at 876-948-6443 or Police Emergency 119. Crime Stop 2 at 311 or link up your nearest police station right across the length and breadth of Jamaica. Yeah man. So anyway, make we continue. Now over there in the community of Bowerbanks in the East Kingston Police Division. Now for those who don't know where the community of Bowerbanks is, traveling in the direction of the Vauxhall High School. Just across from the Vauxhall High School, of course, you have the mentally ill hospital known as Bellevue Hospital. So as you pass Bellevue on the same side of Bellevue, that right turn that goes down in that little lane there, so down there so them call Bowerbanks. Now you have a businessman down there, well, a so-called businessman down there, known as Randy, we rent car. The man them roll up on Randy for rent a car and end up name Randy food and thief 2 car in the same time. Yeah man, we get to understand say a lone bullet to Randy head all bout close casket type of treatment. We get to understand say more than 50 rounds the man them dump off in a Randy body. So you don't know say boy Randy is no longer among the land of the living. But rumors have it that Randy kinda shady a certain type of way. Hence the reason why the man them come for him under trickery and name him food. Now on the spot news media is not for sure if the allegations are true, but most definitely will be looking into the knockings and clappings of Randy and bring it forward to you, the regular members of Chan Public and members of the diaspora in subsequent newscast. Yeah man. So anyway my peeps, remember to like, share, subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned to On The Spot News Media as I continue to bring you fresh news and updates in subsequent newscast. On The Spot News Media. Yeah man.